It's 6:20 p.m. on September 8th. 33-year-old Colin Turner and his wife are having a minor argument over custody of their 3 kids, which leads her to locking him inside their own garage. Luckily, Colin has his phone with him and immediately dials 911 to report what is happening, hoping this call will be the one that finally gets him out.
Sheriff's Office Emergency.
Hi, you guys have been out to my house twice today, and then most recently the deputy talked my wife into letting me in the house, and then she locked me in the garage and tried to break my arm when I was trying to get back inside.
But things won't go the way he expects. On the line, he tells the dispatcher officers have already been to his house twice today, and the deputy talked his wife into letting him back inside. She locked him in the garage and tried getting physical when he tried forcing his way back inside. He was still on the phone with the dispatcher when his voice suddenly changes.
Then when I tried to
What was that?
You just shot me!
Oh, I got the security with somebody. She's driving. She just shot.
And the dispatcher immediately recognizes this isn't a domestic dispute anymore. Units are rushed to the address, but the officers racing there have no idea what they are walking into, because the woman who just shot Colin isn't just anyone. She's a high-ranking officer in the US Navy, so to understand how a Tuesday afternoon ended in gunfire, we have to go back to the beginning of the day. The first call comes from Bree herself. Just after 1 p.m., she tells the dispatcher her husband shoved her against the wall and threw her to the floor. She confirms there are guns in the house, gives her name, and almost as an afterthought, she says she doesn't want them taking her daughter. Deputies are dispatched almost immediately, but what they find isn't what they expected. Upon arriving at this house, it isn't Bree who had caught earlier waiting for them outside. It's Colin, the husband, seated calmly on the porch and ready to talk to the officers.
We talked to you guys separate. His daughter tried to go inside, and when he was going inside, talk to you.
She's got a shotgun and her pistol in the bedroom with her.
Okay.
And my pistol is on the dashboard of my truck. I'll put it there all pretty for you.
He tells the deputy where the weapons are. His own is on the dashboard of his truck, and he will happily set it down for them. He confirms Bree is inside with both younger kids. Then he gives his version of the whole story.
So why don't you give me a rundown on what happened during your argument?
All right. So she called you right now because she figured out that I want to take my kids to my parents' house in Georgia. More for me, I guess, me to have a break from her. A little bit of backstory. In March, she tried to, after she was inpatient, then she was outpatient group for a while. She got kicked out of that group. So she was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder in March or April. Got kicked out of her first therapy group, got kicked out of her second therapy group, and she skipped her last 2 individual therapies.
Okay. So what happened?
She found out I was packing my car.
That's what the upset was?
Yes.
That you're going to Georgia to see their grandparents?
Yep.
He says Bree called police because she found out he was packing his truck, planning to take the kids to Georgia to stay with his parents, mostly so he could get a break from her. He said she's been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. The deputy, thinking maybe Colin wasn't their biological father, asked him this obvious question.
And they're your kids, right?
They're my kids.
Okay, y'all married, had kids?
Married.
They're your blood?
They're both of our kids, and then I have a stepdaughter who's probably going to be here about 45 minutes from school.
Okay.
And my stepdaughter is fully hers legally, as she told me before. If Kylie's my 12-year-old, she said, I can't stop you from taking the little kids because they're yours, but if you take my 12-year-old, I have press charges.
He immediately clarifies that they're his biological children, and this isn't a custody violation. He's just taking a break from his wife. Colin incidentally adds another detail.
This morning, my laptop was missing. Been all around the house for it. Finally, wait a minute, the dishwasher was running all night. Put my fucking MacBook in the dishwasher. It's a $2,500 computer. So it was the start, well, I guess, culmination of a long bad tap.
Okay.
Cut me off from all the credit cards she has control over. She's the primary breadwinner in the family.
He also mentioned that due to Bree controlling their finances and being the primary breadwinner of the family, she had cut him off from the credit cards. With no visible injuries or sign of struggle, coupled with two conflicting stories and nothing to break the tie, the deputies can act on mere claims, so they leave the couples with a light warning. 4 hours later, dispatch gets a second call, and this time it's Colin again, but the situation has flipped. Now he's the one locked out of his own house. He tells the dispatcher his wife has locked every door and won't let him back inside.